Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and today we are continuing the Ever Gaming the Collection video series. This is the first time I've done this in a while because Sunniva has been doing them for a while, which is what I just said, so I hope that you will enjoy me being here talking about games as well. Today we're talking about the games in this shelf right here. I am going to start over there and move this way because just to do something different than Sunniva did, or just because it's convenient the way I'm sitting, and some games are actually behind me, so I have to kind of move around when we get to that part. First up here we have London. This is a game I actually did get this first edition after the second edition came out because I found this at my one of my games shops and it was kind of destroyed. I don't know if you see it here, but the box is kind of crashed, and I got it for like $10. And I wanted to check it out, see if I liked it. I really enjoyed the game. Martin Wallace, which is an amazing designer, really like London. Don't remember too much about it since it's been a while since I played it, but it's a great game. I like the kind of, you have an engine building, you build the engine and you run it once and you need to build a new engine. That's really cool little thing that I enjoy. Ricochet Robots is a game that I remember playing the first time I went to GotCon in Gothenburg, which I have talked about before. First time I went there, that was Sunniva wasn't with me, and I played that. I was like, oh, this is a really cool game. We got it. I still like it. The only problem is that I am pretty good at these games, and people don't want to play with me because I'm pretty good at these games, and that makes them sad and they cry. They don't really usually cry, and I don't. I usually win. Caverna, been a while since we played that. I really enjoyed Caverna when I got it. It's just that Sunniva has this great strategy that she usually wins with, and she's really good at the game, and that makes me kind of. And it's one of those games that I always feel at the beginning of the game like this, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to get to do anything this game. And then halfway through the game, it's starting to roll. And this is one of those kind of games, like it's really interesting for me because a lot of these kind of heavy Euros where you start off really slow and you build, I always forget, like every single time I get back to the game, I always forget that I am going to get anywhere. So I feel so dragged down in the beginning because I cannot get to do anything. The Colonist, this is a game I really want to play, but when you look at this playtime, 30 to 240 minutes, it's a game it's going to be hard to get to the table. I know Sunniva doesn't feel like it's good enough to spend that time. I really like it. It's a 6-hour game with 2 players. We played it 6.5 hours, I think, with 3. I really enjoyed it. Like the progression is amazing here. It's a really simple game in its basic stuff. Like the base is really simple. You have it's a worker movement game, so you have a grid of actions or like hexes of different actions, and you move your worker to a new action and you do that action, and you can block other people, and you have all around all of that different things that you can do, and you add to that map all throughout the game. You build up through these 4 different eras, and you build up this massive place where you get all of these great buildings and workers and all. Yeah, just a really, really great game, but it's so hard to get played. It's still in the collection because I really want to play it, and I hope that sometime, somewhere I will be able to do that. I don't know where, I don't know when, but hopefully, because I really enjoy it. Chicago Express is one of the best kind of, I do not remember if this was a Winsome and then it got picked up, but this is one of the best kind of an hour long train games. It's been really long since I played it, but really liked it. It's one of those simple ones where you only have a couple of actions to choose from. You can buy chairs, you can lay tracks, you can do something else. I do not remember all the actions. Sorry for not remembering everything. I'm trying my best, but I haven't played all these games in a long while. But this is a game that I really want to play again. It has these kind of cool dials that you move back and forth, and when they are all the way up you cannot use that action, so you have to do something else, and that is pretty cool. Great game, and it's like an hour to play, so solid game. Chicago Express. Then we have Biblios here. This is a great little auction game. I really love how this is a kind of two-part game where you get to get different cards with like a cool drafting thing. You get to draft cards in a really cool way, and then after that you auction off these different cards, and you're trying to own the cards with the right colors so that you can get and manipulate the dice, because the dice tells you how many points each color is going to score. Really enjoy it. It's one of those games that I always know I will be able to play again because it's short and people like it, and it's easy to play. Then we have Jamaica. I think it's a fun game. It's like one of those games. We don't have a lot of racing games, and this is one that is pretty fun. Not one I would play a lot because it's kind of random and strange. But with 6 players, I think it's a good, like 5-6 players if you want something and you are with a group who's not board gamers. This is a fun one. It has a few rules, but not too many. But still, a great racing game, even though it's not one of my favorite, or maybe I would rather play, I think, Flamme Rouge as a racing game. But it's also fun and more like a wacky thing if you play with people who don't play other games. Witty Coaster, I don't like this game, or I think it's a solid game. I think the game is good. The only problem I have with this is like the randomness of the visitors. That's like the biggest problem I have with it. I know there's like a new kind of deck of cards that you can get to fix that, and I would like to play the game with that, because with the Tuscany expansion, we have that in here, like the Tuscany Essential expansion. It's actually a pretty good game. It's only that kind of randomness that bothers me every time I play it, and if the new cards can fix that, it would probably be a pretty lovely game. Then we have Sagrada. This is also a pretty cool game. It's not one I fell in love with. I know a lot of people fell in love with this game like really hard. For me, it was a good, solid game. It's still one that I like to keep because it's kind of different. I like the dice drafting of it. I like the manipulation of the dice. I enjoy most of it, but it's not one that I will seek after to play. But still, a game we want to keep. Then we have Puerto Rico. This is one of the first games I ever bought. They had it actually in one of the local bookshops. They had this, Carcassonne and Catan, Dominion. So I bought those games and started the collection, starting playing board games. And this is one that I like, but it's not one that I ever will feel the need to play. But it's one of those games that I feel I should own and I feel like we should have in the collection. And it's still a good game, so it's not one I will get rid of anytime soon. And now I have to kind of move here, and I will be out of the screen a bit, but you will manage. And then we have Dominion. No, we have Agricola first. I'm sorry, Agricola is down here. Not one of my favorite games, but it's a good game and one I would like to play more, because I haven't really tried playing again. I had a couple of bad experiences with it, and we played kind of the basic game, me and Sunniva, when we got the copy. We only own this because one of our cousins had got this gifted and he had no interest in playing it, so we just got his copy. And I would like to play it again, but there's just so many games, and this would never be kind of on my list of, I need to play this. This is more kind of let's play this if someone really wants to play. Next is just a box of Dominion. It's just like the rest of the cards we talked about, or Sunniva talked about Dominion in the last video, and this is basically just the rest of the cards from that. So nothing to add really. Then we have Nova Luna, which is the newest tile drafting game from Uwe Rosenberg. Really enjoyed this. It's a joint design, really great mix of mechanisms, a quick game, and it's one of those games that works really well with 2, and it works great with 3 and 4 players as well. So it's a good game that I enjoy, and I would keep it for quite a while, because it's one that I think I can get out to play with my parents, and would only need something to play quickly. This is a good one. Then we have Age of Steam. This is basically just a box of some expansion maps, so nothing to really add. And then we have behind me, I have to move over here, we have Lockup. Lockup is a great game. We played it quite a few times when we got it. Really liked it. I aren't sure about how many strategies there really are in the game, because most of the game is kind of like the bluffing upside down, face up, face down workers, which is an amazing mechanism and a great thing that I adore, and one thing that I would be happy to see in more games. But other than that, there's just a couple of paths to victory, and when we played it like 5-6 times, we felt like maybe there's not so much more to discover here. But this is one of the games where the playing between the players is more important than actually playing the game. Like doing different strategies is more important to try to block and try to figure out what the other players want to do and do something else. Then we have a prototype of Mana Forge. This, I think, is found on a Kickstarter. I remember when we got this and we played it, and it was actually a pretty cool game. So if you can get this game, I don't remember too much about it, but it's dice game about mana things. Really great explanation there, but it is an actually pretty decent game that I enjoyed playing. So that is a Mana Forge. And last up here is Queen Domino, right? Yes, Queen Domino, the last game on this shelf. I do not know if I really need to own Queen Domino, because King Domino does everything that Queen Domino does, just in a shorter and better way. Queen Domino added depth of strategy that wasn't really needed, kind of like when King of New York came out. Really didn't need that, because King of Tokyo was the perfect kind of game. So King of New York and also this Queen Domino, I feel like kind of falls between two chairs, because who is it for, really? If you're playing King Domino, you can just play that, or you can play, if you're playing with new players, if you just want a nice light game that's really good, play King Domino. And then King Domino comes along and it's kind of like a bit more, but not enough to make it a full-fledged strategy game, which it doesn't really need to be, because it is the King Domino. And yeah, just not an amazing game experience, but a good game. I don't know how long it will stay in the collection. For now it's there, we will see. And that is the end of another shelf. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm Johannes, you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye bye.